The Sahara isn't supposed to look like this, but just 10,000 years ago, it actually did. Ancient rock art found deep in the desert shows something impossible. Giraffes, hippos, even people swimming. This is our first clue. For thousands of years during a time called the African Humid Period, the Sahara wasn't a desert at all. It was a massive, thriving ecosystem filled with enormous lakes, powerful rivers, and lush forests. And this wasn't just a small patch of green. We're talking about millions of square kilometers of fertile land, an area larger than the entire Amazon rainforest today. This forgotten green world wasn't a fantasy. It was a reality for the people who lived, hunted, and fished there. So, what happened? How did a paradise become a desert? The answer lies in space. Around 14,000 years ago, slight changes in Earth's orbit and tilt-to-natural wobble in our planet's rotation dramatically shifted global weather patterns. This orbital change pulled the powerful West African monsoon thousands of kilometers north, drenching the dry Sahara with seasonal rains. This kick started a powerful feedback loop. More rain meant more plants could grow. More plants transpired moisture into the air, which created more clouds and even more rain. It was a self-reinforcing green cycle that terraformed a desert into a savanna. The heart of this green world was a body of water so vast it defies belief: Lake Megachad. At its peak, this single lake was larger than the entire Caspian Sea, covering an area nearly the size of Germany and Poland combined. It was one of the largest freshwater lakes the world has ever known. Imagine coastlines stretching for hundreds of kilometers, bustling with huge communities, incredible wildlife, and vibrant trade routes connecting people across the vast green landscape. For millennia, this megalake was the centerpiece of a flourishing civilization. But what if the Sahara turned green again today? The consequences would be world-altering. Overnight, it would become one of the most valuable and contested pieces of real estate on the planet. Millions of square kilometers of new, fertile farmland would become available, potentially solving food security issues for entire continents. We would see the birth of new cities and a massive migration of hundreds of millions of people moving into this newly habitable land. The political and economic map of Africa, and indeed the world, would be completely redrawn. Nations bordering the Sahara would suddenly find themselves with coastlines on a new freshwater sea and access to unimaginable resources. But this green transformation comes with a shocking plot twist. A green Sahara means a dust-free Sahara. Every year, hundreds of millions of tons of Saharan dust are blown across the Atlantic. This dust actually reflects sunlight and cools the ocean surface. If that dust suddenly vanished, the Atlantic would get warmer. But it doesn't stop there. This change would disrupt global air circulation patterns, potentially shifting monsoon systems not just in Africa, but across Europe and even as far as Asia. Entire regions could face devastating droughts or unprecedented floods. The Sahara can be green. It has been before, and the geological cycles that made it green will happen again. But bringing it back today wouldn't just be about planting trees. It would reshape Africa, fundamentally alter the world's weather, trigger global migrations, and redefine the economies of entire countries. The line between a green paradise and a global climatic disaster is thinner than you think. Subscribe for more mind-bending geography and what-if stories that change how you see the world. Thanks for watching.